Probably my top 5 favorite shows of tour.
Of tour, I thought you were going to say like something bigger of like 4.0 or something.
No, this tour, I would put it in the top 5 as a complete show, as well executed, interesting song choices.
Okay, I know you. I know where you're at on the first set. I know what you're thinking there. What what else brought you? What brings you to that conclusion in the second set as well?
Probably one of the best tubes ever. A song I heard the Ocean sing is a song that is sorely underrepresented. It needs Down with Disease tweezer status every 4 shows. Simply phenomenal. Even the weakest song in the set, the Pillow Jets, had the most interesting 3 or 4 minutes in it.
I'm going to give you, I'm going to say this too. Not only do you love the line, which everybody should know that, so that makes it a top show for you. I know just getting that, but also you said at the member break, which again, this is, you've done this a few times this tour even. So, I mean, like if you haven't joined and been a member and get in on the halftime hangs and listen to fucking Schwarmy Kev over here, it's pretty amazing. But he said that at these, like, why don't they do a song I heard the Ocean sing? They need to bring that out and jam and blah, blah, blah. Second song, second set, they busted in and I was like, Jesus, Kev. And then it was just a beast. Like, we're going to get in that second set because I agree with you. I'm a huge fan of the second set. Not necessarily the set list in general of the songs, but what they did with those songs is pretty fantastic. So I don't know how you couldn't be a fan of those jams and what happened in that. But the first set, a little, I think I told you this backstage. I had a theme for the whole show. The theme was most events aren't planned because most events in this first set were not planned, I feel like, and it was a little messy and a little sloppy. And I think it's hilarious that they kind of winked and nodded at that to close the set. After you thought Golgi would close the set, it was kind of like, hey, we know we fucked up, and you know what? Those things aren't planned, so here you go. It was brilliant, fishy. So let's get into it, Kev.
There you go. A Life-Saving Gun is, I think, where it belongs as an opener. I think that's a master stroke on Trey's part. Let's keep it there.
This is again one of those songs where it works there. Like, I will take it there because it's a great way to open the show. There's a lot of other good openers as well. And I don't mind this one falling into that slot, but I also really, really, really like it later in the set where it really has time. I mean, 13 minutes to open the set, that's a pretty good length for that, wherever it would land.
They totally let it breathe. They let it do everything it could, found their way back, and nice little bell on the end of it. That's the way you open a show.
It is a great way to open that show, and did everything you kind of wanted. It did everything you wanted it to do, even if it was closing that set or found somewhere in the second set or whatever. You still got exactly out of it what you got. So it was, great way to open that show, which then led you think, oh shit, what are we in for tonight? Just like last night with the Hood. What are we in for tonight? Where are we going after that? So,
all right, we knew Steam was showing up sometime.
Again, last night, you brought it up last night. I'm like, where has it been? Why haven't we had Steam this tour? Like, we should have at least 2 by now. And yes, we should have. So, I
bet we get another one in SPAC. Now that it's in Trey's mind, it shows back up again.
Because I feel like we should have had one earlier already. So I feel like we need 2 in this tour because it's really weird that it's fallen off that much to only get it like that little. So. Because it used to always be around sand. Like, you could always kind of depend on a theme and a sand in a set together. They kind of followed each other around. So, not anymore.
At this point, we're getting a great overview of Phish as a band when they do McGrupp. You know, we're doing our most recent stuff. We're doing something from the middle. And now we're going back to the very beginning with McGrupp. Well executed. Fun song. Fun lyric. See, I want a lyric. I have no idea what they're talking about. I know who Dave is, but I mean, it's just absurd, the whole song itself.
See, and that's why I'm saying most events aren't planned in this, because I feel like there's so many callbacks. It just looks just like Dave in the first set. They do 2001 in the second set with Dave, you know? So, I mean, there's a lot of like connection. If you're looking for Easter eggs and connections in this show, I feel like there's kind of a lot of them that you can pull together. And I love that they pulled this out. This is what I was looking for last night after they did that Hood, like I told you, like to drop into a tweezer or drop into something big. And this is sort of that big thing that you haven't heard in a while. And perfect, great place for it in the 3 spot, and a great job of like playing it. I loved it. Like it was great.
For one that only shows up once a year. I mean, what were those numbers? All these like Steam first in 30 shows, McGrupp.
Oh yeah, the first set numbers. Oh yeah, I could look those up really quick because it was pretty crazy.
The line has been since 2018. One of my absolute favorite Phish songs. I love it. I know people hate on it, but let me just say this: if they did the line with a useless 10-minute jam like they do out of ER or Set Your Soul Free tacked onto the end of it, y'all would be just feeling yourselves up over it.
Well, let me ask you this, or let me just throw this out to the chat as well, mostly. Why the hate for the line? Like, what is it that everybody hates about that song? I don't understand it. It doesn't, musically, it doesn't suck. The lyrics or whatever, but if you're going to tell me that you like Drift, you like Mercy, you like Lonely Trip because they're so emotional and so Trey, and you don't like the line, or you can't get behind the line, which is like an actual, like, written about something happening and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got feels to it and it's still a decently good, fun song. I don't know, man. That amazes me. I don't know. I don't get the hate for it, and it gets played so few that when it does come out, how can you be like, man, like?
Well, I think
like you're getting like Drift every 5th show like we used to or something. And you're like, oh god, you know.
Well, it probably stems back to, though, it's a backward down the number line Drift situation where when they first started playing it at 13, 14. It showed up a lot, and in some weird place,
like Tim said,
middle of a second set, right?
Yeah, like Tim said, he hates it because like he caught like all of them or whatever that tour and was like, God, enough. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just never understood the hate from it, and I think it's like so funny because it's one of the most like pop referencey culture like that Phish has ever done, and so for like to just get so much hate for it, just
and
I don't know.
What are they standing under? The Jordan banners. I mean, what more appropriate place to do it?
Perfect. And I told you Jordan used to take off from the line, so like that's what it made sense to me. It was kind of a nod to that. And I honestly think you're gonna get one of these. Like it's the only thing really left off Fuego that we haven't got. So we're definitely getting Llama will be stoked to get that, but I definitely think that's coming. So
it's a very funny lyric.
5 left? Yeah.
Very punny lyric.
Oh wait, Kev, I was gonna tell you, yes. So according to our boy Biz Archive, Steam was a 35 show gap. Hose Masters was a 49 show gap. The Line was a 259 show gap. 7 Below was a 30 show gap, which actually was a never show gap because they've never done a instrumental one.
Version,
so, right. And then Ocelot was a 39 show gap. Mountains in the Mist was a 32 show gap. That's a lot of gaps. And then My Guitar was an 89 show gap.
You could drive a truck through all them gaps.
Seriously. I mean, so it's understandable why it was a little sloppy too, because when you haven't played these songs in that long, you're obviously not practicing them and they're obviously not fresh in your fingers and your brain. So I get it. But like you said at the intermission, it's kind of punk rock. It's kind of them out there like fully without the net and kind of fucking up like they used to. And I don't know, that's Phish. That happens. Like it so go with it.
Clark pointed out that apparently Page missed his cue, and that's why we ended up with an instrumental 7 Below. I absolutely loved it. That 10 minutes was simply gorgeous.
Yeah, I know. Mike, I couldn't skip over it. I couldn't do that to Kev. Like he loves it too much. And I wanted to talk about it because I truly don't understand the hate for it. Like we were talking about it earlier and I was like, I don't get it really. Like it's not that terrible of a song to hate that much. So anyway, sorry, I was joking on the Discord, Kev, that I was going to take control and skip the line and just go right into 7 Below. Might let you talk about it. But yeah, I love that. I think more of that. And again, we talked at intermission that it kind of would be cool to get that in the middle of a jam, like kind of like a Slipknot or something that leads you into like the next song or something, just like that all instrumental to go into something. I think it would be fun and kind of work there. So it was really funny in the second set when we got the whole thing inside that Disease jam, which was really cool. And it kind of filled that thing that I talked, like what I mentioned at intermission, that it would be cool to have that in there. So yeah, I liked it. That was fun without the lyrics. And yes, our boy Clark pointed out that it was a miscue by Page that then Trey just like went with the instrumental. So
they loved it. They loved it. Ocelot gets a lot of hate. Not my favorite song. Actually, not a big fan.
Kev, John, here you go. John, your boy. Yes, there you go. Nice. Thanks, John. Support Kev.
It is, and who had an issue with the crucifixion shot line? That's brilliant. It's better than Serious Moonlight, Stevie Ray Vaughan, David Bowie. Ocelot is not a song that I particularly dig, but as the Europe 72 kind of song that's in the middle of the set, that's just a nice story, has a good jam to it, everyone sways to it. I thought it was perfect tonight. If you're going to do it right there and do it tonight after you gave us an instrumental 7 Below.
I mean, yeah, the less I say about Ocelot is probably the better. So I'll let you pontificate all you want on that one, and we can just move right into Yamar.
I mean, it's the only song that has a guitar that corresponds to it.
That's right. But did Jerry ever sing a song called Tiger for Tiger or Alligator for? I mean, I guess Pigpen did.
Alligator. Yes.
Alligator did have Alligator. We did have Alligator.
But Pig sang Alligator, so.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
On that. Yamar is fun. Yamar is what makes Phish so cool in that you don't have these days a bunch of middlemen telling you what the best thing to do when you're a jam band in order to connect with an audience. This was something Mike heard, brought back to the band. They started doing it, become a staple, and they completely own it. You know,
I love it. I love
it. It's a very fishy song. It's a fishy song.
Well, getting McGrupp and Yamar in the first set made me so happy. Like they're just such fun, fishy songs. Like it's great. And Yamar gets so stuck in your head. I used to sing that song all the freaking time in college and shit. Like it just sits in your head, and you're like, Yamar. It's so fun. I love it. I love it. It's great. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That 6 minute perfect song in that gap right there, where you usually get. Right. Something slow that then like tonight. I'm glad we didn't get like slow, medium, then fat. Like it kind of like this was sort of Yamar into Mountains of the Mist, which was the slow song, then right back up into Golgi. So
perfect chance to go to the bathroom after Yamar.
Perfect. Get it in before the set. It's perfect. 7 minutes. If you can beat the line too, you got
long enough. Get a beer too. Take a leak, get a beer, you're back at your seat. By the time Golgi starts, you spill your beer because you're like, Golgi!
Yep. I agree. And what you thought would close the set, because, right there, one of my favorite.
That should have been it, right.
White light moments to close it, and you're done, and you're out, and you're like, that was a great set closer. But then, no, because most events are not planned, and this song has become a monster rager set closer. Like I love it in this position. I think it's really weird to steal kind of the thunder of Golgi though. It kind of really felt like passing of the torch almost, from like Golgi to the next song that should be a closer. Cause you're like, wait, Golgi's the closer. Like, what are you doing? So it was just one of those really like interesting, but again, I feel like it just kind of went with the set since it wasn't very
most events reminds me of going to the late night dance clubs in DC where they would play like New Order 12 inches and things like that.
Right.
It's got a fist pump thing. It's got that part where they get into the fist pump. Everyone should do that one night. 10,000 people just fist pumping along with
Trey should start it. All you got to do is do it like this and everyone would follow. I mean, come on. Like everybody woos at the drop of a hat. So like all you got to do is give them a little and everyone's like, oh my God, fist pump. Start it.
Audience participation. Let me jump in.
Yep.
Man. All right, we got tomorrow night we'll be here. We'll be here next week. We're trying to do a lot maybe on Thursday because Tim is going to back because Tim wants to do it. And we had a lot of fun in the lot. It was very interesting. It was a lot less unscripted than this, if that's possible.
It went type 2 fast.
It did. Off the rails. Train is off the track, baby. All right. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what's going on. We got some big news coming next week, hopefully, and hopefully all of you will follow us on the journey. I tell you what, big things coming.
And also, Kevin, that's known as a tease from Kevin. That's known as a tease in the industry.
In the biz,
big things are coming. All right, Tube me, Kev. Talk to me about Tube here. Did they jam out Tube?
They did jam out Tube, and I have to like really go back and dig into it, but it's got to be in the top 10, if not the top 5 that they've ever done. I mean, totally opened it up, got completely out of the funk jam that you expect it to be, found some really interesting spaces, and then landed it. I mean, it's got a cool landing point. You hit the guitar, you know, the rockabilly part or whatever. But I
you
mean,
bust right back into it. It's got such a great reentry because there's like a second half to it. I love the fact that the jam comes in the middle of it and you still have to come back into it, which makes it so great when they take it way the fuck out there like they did tonight. And I didn't it feel like it was longer than 16 minutes though? I mean, that jam had so much going on in it and so much in it that I honestly thought we were over 20. I thought those first 2 songs were closer to like 45 minutes altogether and not just like right around that 30-minute mark, because I felt like one of them alone was like 25, 30 minutes. It just felt massive. Yeah, it was awesome though, that thing.
I'm assuming, Jeff, that's probably the longest.
Yeah, that night. I remember that. That was spectacular though. And what a way, another great set opener, just like the first set. Like it really just kind of pronounced, only I feel like this one really announced what this set was going to be like.
They were making a statement.
Yeah. I think it was like we kind of, you know, we had a little pep talk at intermission. Coach got us fired up.
The statement was, we're irreverent. We don't care. We're going to sing songs about Robert Palmer in a tube in LA. You know, I mean, that's your statement.
That's your statement. And it was a double. You got 2 tubes tonight. You got 2 7 belows tonight. It was a very interesting lot going on inside the sets, and then these jams on top of that. It was really interesting. So, and then
it was standalone too.
Yeah,
you got a comma, right? And then you got the run of the night, the next 35, 36 minutes, whatever it was.
Which now explains why you were clamoring for this song. I mean, what?
Everybody loves a song about a mermaid. Come on, we gotta love songs. And you know what's coming out? Odysseus, right? Or whatever that thing's called. And they needed the Odyssey. They needed to play this at the part where he's on the mast listening to the sirens. They should have the instrumental section from this song for that. I'm sorry if you missed that, you guys.
Get Nolan on the horn here and make sure that, I mean, seeing that in IMAX with a little Phish blowing behind it. There you go, Kev. I got it. I got you. That's great.
I love that song. Incredible lyric. Probably one of the top 3 songs out of 2.0.
Yeah. I know you
along
love
with 7 Below and Sense for me. And we got 2 of the top 3 tonight.
I mean, that song does a lot of things in those jams always. And it has that, because of the way it's set up, it has that breakdown slowness built into it already. So it's easy to fall into that sort of darker Phish zone, you know what I mean? But not quite getting through the murky water, so to speak. Because it always has that jam in it, and it's just so good. And tonight was just fantastic.
They've been very heavy Bliss for the last 6, 7 shows. I'm glad to see this had some darker, bringing the dark. I want to twist again, like from the beginning of tour. That was just nasty for 5 or 6 minutes of, you know.
Yeah.
The disease, I guess we all felt was coming. You know, I
texted you. I was like, are we going to finally get the disease we've been waiting for with this one? And we did. Like, it finally, again, inside that 16 minutes, it felt so much longer than 16 minutes. Like, it felt like
every minute, every second being used.
It just was crazy. And then to drop into the set, like all of a sudden, then you heard it, and I was like, is he just going to tease it as kind of a joke to the throwback of doing the instrumental? And then it was like, well, is he just going to play the instrumental part in the middle of the jam, like I thought, and go into something else? And then they drop into the full song, which was so funny because it was just
reprise. I thought about calling it 7 Below reprise and Down with Disease reprise, but I'm not going to mess with the universe like that. We're just going to roll with it like this. And it was cool. I guess they probably did. Somebody said they learned the lyrics at set break, but they probably were like, hey, we blew that. Let's throw that in sometime. And I feel like it was in the back of their heads, but they weren't like, let's do Down with Disease into that. I think they just happened to
and I
stumble
feel
upon
like,
it,
and I don't even know if they even said anything or not, because I feel like that would have been sort of almost like a secret language, like silent secret language thing between them, and just sort of like, like, hey, why don't we clean that up if we get the chance? And it just sort of, that was the jam to do it in, and it just sort of worked to get into that, and it led him into that. And Trey's like, why not? Let's just, and to do it for a minute and then get out of it, it was just, that was really funny.
That was fun.
Really funny
fun.
to get. Fun Phish. Yeah. Totally.
The only choice that I wouldn't have made was to throw Pillow Jets there.
There you go.
But there you go.
Longest tube. Nice. Thanks, Joshua.
But like I said, maybe the most 3-4 interesting minutes of anything that they did as a band tonight was the instrumental, the jam part of this before they hit the 2001. So there you go. You got it.
Well, so what you're kind of saying there, though, is inside that 8 minutes, you've got
10 minutes worth of music.
Right. Which is kind of how all of these songs felt. Like they all felt longer and like more intricate and more advanced than when you look at the time. You're like, oh, it was only 60 minutes. Oh, it was only 17.
It's like a 2 pound. It's like a 2 pound sausage in a 1 pound bag.
There you go. Exactly. And Pillow Jets really carried that. I mean, that was, you're right. Like that jam was getting out going someplace a lot. And then it's sort of like, you're like, all right, where are we going after this? And then it was a naturally like smart, like we knew this was coming at some point, and it made sense. Saturday night dance party, like go for it, drop into it. But then it had a really, really interesting jam in it. Like it got all bleeps and bloopies and broke down and funky and came back into the funk. And that's why I felt like it was sort of that you got Looks Too Much Like Dave, and then you got Dave again with the 2001, which
one
was
of the better
2001s. Yeah, completely.
Over the past couple years, they actually let it breathe. Again, it's that thing of not rushing. We aren't trying to get to the end and move to the next thing. We're going to just play this song and see where it goes.
Yep. And that's what felt good tonight, was to get back to, and not really staying within the confines of necessarily that song, because you let it break out a little bit and you let Page get a little fun with it and do his bleepy bloopy breakdown thing, which is great. And you don't get that a lot of time. Like they don't really, they usually stay within the park of 2001. So tonight I felt like it was really fun to kind of dip the toe outside of that and then kind of bring it back, and getting it at 10 minutes. This, you could have switched this with Pillow Jets and given Pillow Jets 10 minutes and this 8 minutes. And I felt would have not even, you'd been like, yes, that's what you normally do. So it's kind of interesting that they flipped those two, made that one a little shorter, and gave a little bit extra oomph into the 2001.
Right. Where are you on Chalkdust now being a set closer that tops out at 11 minutes at the max?
I don't know. That's a tough question, because I don't know if you'll ever get another those again. You know what I mean? Where it's that monster.
It changed at Hershey in 21, where they finished the song and started a jam after it. So you had the complete song instead of it being unfinished. Now they do that, but it's become this concise jam, and they go back and do an almost Chalkdust reprise. They end the song, do a jam, and I tell you what, I'm okay with that. I think it really works instead of them just leaving it open-ended. And there's a lot more interesting songs when you look at the other tunes in this set list. The song I heard the Ocean sing, that maybe deserves some of that real estate that it used to command.
Yeah, I agree. I was always kind of surprised when Chalkdust took off into those kind of crazy jams, because to me it was always just like the rager in the set or at the end of one of the sets, you know what I mean? That just sort of like was a ball of fury, especially back in the day when everything was kind of a little more furious. But like it was just that little ball of fury that was just like, yes, and rock out, and then it was over, and it was like, sweet, like got through that raging. And then it started doing these like really long jams. You're like, wow, I never saw Chalkdust as that jam vehicle that it became. So I'm kind of glad to see it kind of reel itself back in and get the treatment that it used to have in that, because I feel like it never really, not that it didn't deserve to be a jam song, but it just never felt like that was one of those songs that you needed.
They have done some long ones. There was the Mexico one. It has shown up and been longer. I'm not saying that every time that's where it is, but almost like Ghost, it seems to show up there more times than not.
And I like it there. It's one of those good closers too. You know, I think it's fun. And I feel like too, they should do reprise more because it's such a fun, ridiculous reprise that play a shorter Chalkdust somewhere in the set and then do the reprise in the encore again. Like it's fun as hell. And it's so fishy. And like, it's fun to have that reprise part of it that you never ever get. And I don't know. So, but I like it closing the set to your point, guy. I like it. It's good. Drink.
People are big fans of George Harrison. A lot of people like George Harrison. A lot of people like this song off the White Album. A lot of people are Eric Clapton fans.
There's a lot of people in there, Kev.
Because apparently I'm in a very small minority on this one. So
I don't. Anyway. I like what they did with it tonight. I felt like it had a little mustard on it. Then that little section was fine. Yeah, I feel like it's more. Yeah, they're playing it than anything. You know what I mean? Like I think there's other songs that I'd rather hear there.
Cry Baby Cry. If you're going to do a White Album song, break out Cry Baby Cry again. It's such a beautiful song. That Hampton 98 version, when the one time they've done it in the past since, 30 years since the White Album, since that Halloween. I mean, I don't know. Good for everybody. And if you're going to do it longer. Run through the whole song as an instrumental in the middle of it, like Garcia used to do with the Motown tunes.
Totally. I think it felt a little longer than 6 minutes because it was like going, and I was like, wow, it's obviously not going to be the only song in the encore. But it's like, so I don't know. I think it's fun. I think people are more excited. It's kind of like the Walrus. It's fun to get these Beatles tunes. I mean, there's obviously a day in the life.
It was a bust out though, right? It was a bust out to boot, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's been
it's been in 4.0 they've done it.
Oh, I said it. It was 89 shows, I think. I think 89 shows from I think Biz said 89 shows.
So last year they did it.
Yeah, probably. 89. Yeah.
So
I think I got one at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah. Do you worry when Trey walks down off the riser with the guitar up over his head that the guitar's going to break or his hip or something? I mean, stay on the backwards.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I get nervous when he runs around and jumps around and dances these days anyway, that he's going to blow out his Achilles or tear a knee or something. Because, I mean, we're all old. I mean, Jesus, I tore my fucking shoulder doing push-ups.
All we need is him to have Chris Myers surgery.
Exactly. Don't do it. It's a fucking pain in the ass. It hurts like hell, and the rehab sucks. So, yeah, I don't know. It's always a little nerve-wracking when he does anything, but you love to see it. It's so much fun, and he loves doing. I mean, the guitar thing will never go away. That's his favorite.
He is having the time of his life this tour. I have never seen that man smile so much.
Never, and it sounds like. I mean, look at the jams we're getting. Look at how they're playing. It's amazing.
Mike moved back in next to him, and he's like, "Yes, I got my boy back."
Exactly. They're so much more comfortable. Like it shows in every possible way. The way they interact with each other, the laughing, the playing. Paige and Trey being locked in so much. Mike being free. It feels like being freer and hearing it better. Like it's amazing. And this tour has been fantastic. The bust outs, the set lists, the jams. It's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to Sunday night in Chicago. I think it'll be a nice closing set. Do we get a tweezer tomorrow night, or do we bypass tweezer this weekend like we said we should and keep it for?
You know what they should do? They should do one more tweezer this tour and do it like Wednesday night at Forest Hills.
Yeah, but like you said,
and not do one on either of the last 2 weekends of tour.
But then, like you said, it rattles all those homes next to the tennis courts, and everyone's like,
"They're never playing Forest Hills again. There's no more concerts ever again." We sat through Giz last year. Now we're going to sit through this nonsense.
Exactly. Right on, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. That was a fun show.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Become a member, and you can come to